Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today what we're going to do is we're going to play with a watercolor coloring technique with your stamps. So I was playing, this is as far as I got on my plane. I just wanted to play with this Fields and Bloom stamp set that I'm really intrigued with. I love the stamp set. And I was playing with watercolor and I created these two pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. And just have fun. I'm mostly playing with the new in colors, so I'm going to use Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie, whichever ones. I may not use them all, but I'm using those. And then I also have Boho Blue, Balmy Blue, and Daffodil Delight. I also took some early espresso and I embossed it with a 3D embossing folder, the Timber 3D embossing folder. And then I cut the center out. I cut this to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I cut the center out with the 3rd down from the largest, is this stitched rectangles? The rectangle dies. Because I have an idea for like an art gallery frame that's gonna frame this. So what I want to do is I want to frame this, and I want to put a little something right there, like a little square, you know, where you can put your sentiment and put that on a card. So that's the plan. Let's see how it turns out. I've had this in my head for a couple of weeks now. So I'm going to be using the Fluid 100 watercolor paper, and these are 5 by 7, I do believe. Yes, they're 5 by 7, and what we're going to do is we're just going to cut it in half. So I'm going to cut this, and you don't have to. You could totally do it all the way across what I'm going to show you, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half and just have 2 panels to work with. But I'm just going to do one on camera today. I'll save this other one. So you'll need the spritzer. I didn't get spritzers this last time. I ordered, and I was meaning to do it on this side, but I have a spray bottle. Okay. So let's see. The colors I played with were Summer Splash and Shy. No, I think I kept the same color. So let's do something different. Let's do, was this Shy Shamrock? Just trying to remember what colors I used. I think I used Shy Shamrock. So let's go with these 2 colors. Summer Splash and Petunia Pop. And then we'll do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my largest block here, my block E, and I am going to put the greenery stamp on here, and it will just fit on there. So I'm going to do that one first, and then what I'm going to do, since it's a photopolymer, I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, and then I am going to ink this up. Ink it with the Summer Splash. I was meaning to, after I did those 2 samples that I played with, to come back in and play with more colors and see the different variations I get. Okay, so now I have that all inked up. I believe I'm just going to do it a little bit more with Summer Splash. And then I'm going to take my spray water bottle and I'm going to lightly mist. I'm going to mist off to the side. I'm just going to lightly mist the stamp. Just get a little bit of water on it. And then turn it over, and then we're going to go ahead and just stamp this. I'm going to line this up on the bottom here. Just let it sit there for a minute. And then lift that up. And that's what you have. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. I have my water painter here too, because we're going to do some dry watercoloring. And that's all I'm going to use for that. I'm just going to let that sit a minute while preparing this other one, and I need to go get my heat tool. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the flour, and I'm going to put that on the same block. Okay. Just letting that soak in, see if we can get that to dry a little bit. I'm going to come in with this napkin and see if I can just pick up a little bit. There. Just so it'll help dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of dry it. There's a little bit too much here. We don't want it too wet because I'm going to stamp these flowers, but I don't want it to be, you know, wet where it's going to make these colors run. So I'm just trying to get it dry enough. It's getting there. I think it's pretty close. So we're going to go ahead and get this. So I'm going to take the Petunia Pop and I'm going to get it all over this stamp set here. Move that up and get this on it. Then I'm going to set this, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this off to the side and I'm just going to spritz it. Just going to dry off my block a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and flip this over, and these flowers are really, really easy to line up. Set that down, lift it up. Okay, so we're just going to let that sit a minute, and I'm going to clean this off. Those are really pretty colors together. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is all we're going to do with those. And as you can see, this is this stamp set just makes beautiful scenery. It just really does. Now I'm going to grab the clouds. It's one stamp, and I'm going to stamp these in boho blue. So I'm going to grab my D block. Put that on there. Grab my boho blue. Not my boho. Yeah, my boho, not my balmy. Boho blue. And with each stamp that I do, I'm going to do the same thing. And this is going to give this time to dry. Plus, that top part is not wet, so this is totally safe to do. So I've got some ink on here, and I'm going to lightly spritz the stamp. Okay, and I did dry off my block a little bit here. Then I'm just going to kind of put this down. And I'm going to clean this off because it's too wet, and I want to dip into the boho blue again. I'm going to do that again. Spritz it again. And let's see, we're going to come right over here with that. Lay down, and there we go. I'm going to clean this off. And then also in this set is a little tiny hummingbird. Now that's actually really pretty right there. I don't know, maybe I want to try one without the bird in it. I think I'm going to try this without the bird. So with the hummingbird, you would do the same thing. You would stamp. No, let me show you how I did that, because it is a little bit different. So I'm going to do the hummingbird in the pretty, in pink. Now I did the same thing with this. I'm going to put it off to the side, and I'm going to just spritz it with some water. And then I'm just going to place it where I want it. Place it off center a little bit. It had a little too much water, but I'm going to show you what I did with it. Because that little image just, I'm going to soak some of that up. So we've got that watercolor look. Now I do need it to dry, and I got a little bit too much here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab my heat tool so we can dry this up a little bit faster, because I do need that to be dry. So I'm going to dry this up and I'll be right back. Okay, it's all dry. That took less than a minute. So what I did after I stamped it in the watercolors, you can tell it's some sort of image, but it's not clear. I went back with my hummingbird, make sure that's dry. Got some more ink, and I just lined it up. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit closer to me. And I just lined up in this watercolor thing and re-stamped it to give it a little bit more of an image, of a better image. Now we're going to, I need to put that away so I don't lose it. Okay, I'm going to set the stamp set aside because I'm done with it for right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get, I'm just going to do the simple balmy blue sky. And I'm going to bring in my water painter. And I'm going to use this block. I'm going to get some balmy blue on this block. I have a cup here so I can rinse if I need to, and I'm just using my smaller water painter so I can get in detail around edges. But I'm just going to go ahead and add some water here. On my block. And then I'm just going to start painting. I'm going to go around the edges of the clouds, and I'm just going to fill in the sky, and I'm going to make this whole sky blue. And this is just dry watercoloring. Go around these flowers here. Give it a light blue sky. And I don't care if there's lines or whatever. I think that gives the sky some variation. Now you could use a bigger brush to do some of this after you've outlined. But Okay, I think I'm going to need to get a little bit more blue on here. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up and get that back on my block. And then go ahead and add some more water. And then go ahead and come up here and start filling this in up here. I'm going to leave the tops of my clouds white that I stamped. Doing dry cut watercoloring, you have a little bit more control when you're painting it on. And this is just relaxing, just to come in and play. You can do this with all kinds of stamps. This is one of my new favorite stamps from this catalog. I just love how easy it is to put together a scene. Okay, and I love the variations of the color in the sky, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean that off. And we're going to let that dry. And I'll clean this off. Okay, so that is done. It just needs to dry. So I'm going to set that aside to let that dry while I work on the rest of the card. So I have a card base here, and I have this frame that I think will look really, really good there. And I may pop it up, but I'm not really sure. Maybe not. I might put some, well, the watercolor paper is pretty thick. I'm going to try and see what this looks like when it's laid down. I think I need to stick it to the picture first and then stick the frame down. Okay, so I need a square. I want to do, or something right there for a label. Let's see, what do I have? It really could be anything. So here we go. This is what I was looking for. I have a whole bag of punched and die cut shapes. So I'm sure I can find something in here that'll work really, really well. That'll look really cute on there. I want to make sure I get the right size piece here. See how this is doing on drying. Almost dry. Okay, we have that option. This is a leftover piece from Paper Pumpkin. We could put that on. I think it needs to be narrow like that. That would be nice for a big size sentiment, whatever we decide to put on there. Oh, how about this really pretty one? No. I think we have the oval punch. That might, I think I'm going to do the oval. I'm going to do the oval, And then I think I'm going to do a really simple sentiment like hello or something like that. Because it could be a note card and you just mail out to somebody and write them a little note. So let's find a hello and let's get that stamped on there. Ooh, from Unbounded Love. This is really nice hello right there. Or you are loved. I could put hello friend on there maybe. Let's see how big that is. We could also do like little inspiration. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do the peace. Actually, I'm just going to do you are loved. Let's see if you are loved will fit there. You're a true blessing is really nice too. Here we go. These are small, which I really, really like because you can fit them on a lot of different... Yeah, I like the You Are Loved. So this is full of photopolymer. I'm going to go ahead and get out my Stampin' Pierce mat again to stamp this on. And I think, let's see, what color do I want to stamp this in? Let's get this block. There we go. Okay, so I think I want to stamp it with let's do the Summer Splash. My thought process was like an art gallery painting kind of thing. I just thought that would be really cute. So that's stamped and ready. Clean this off. Okay, so we've got our sentiment. Now let's see if this is dry enough to play with. It is. I believe it is dry enough to play with. So this is, oh, that's going to look very nice in there. Oh, how pretty. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. Let me see how much room I have here on all sides. I was thinking about going around with some like glue dots. That's what I'm thinking. Glue dots. And I'm just going to flip this frame over and I'm going to add them to the back of the frame. Close to the edge here. Just to make this a little bit easier to add that little painting that we did. So I'm just going around. I just tore a piece off and I'm going around and adding it on the edges here. Where is it? Right there. Oops. Don't want to do that. Got some glue here. We'll just glue that because it is the back side. There we go. Little glue will fix it. Hold it down. Okay, and I just need a few more. Let's try 3 more and see how we do with it here. Okay, there, we've got that. Now I'm going to try to center this, and I don't care if some of them are not perfectly lined up. This will hold this piece in there really, really nice. And then that should line up on there really nice. It's like an art gallery card. It's so fun. Okay. Now, I think, and I haven't made one of these, so this is just an idea that was in my head. I think I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to add some dimensionals and pop this up and just place that right there. That's super cute. Okay, let's get some dimensionals. Okay, I have some dimensional edges here. Let's go ahead and flip this over. I'm not sure if I want to do, yeah, because I don't want them to be seen. So I'm going to go ahead and just clip here. Yeah, remember to use your dimensional edges because they can still be used, or dimensional scraps. Let's see where that gets us. Use these pieces up just to give some support here in the center. Let me try that before I unstick everything and see how that sits. I feel like that's pretty solid. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more right there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we'll set that aside and we'll go ahead and peel this off. Just gonna center this. right, and then I am going to add glue dots to that. I could do glue, but I'm trying to use these other ones because this is a quick way I could make a card. These glue dots are really sticky. Here we go. That's kind of like an art gallery card. I love that. Just a very simple card, and you're framing your watercolor art. Pretty. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you can see the outline of the bird behind that watercolor. I think that's so fun. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you play along, and you can do this with other stamps as well. Just do that spritzing and see what you get. And I will catch you on the next one.